I'm Nancy Leader on the Zeta Report. These animations are based upon the Zeta Talk description of the scripted drama that will occur during the hour of the pole shift. As the South Pole, gripped by the passing North Pole of Planet X, moves north, the crust is torn from the core and freed in this way, allowing pre-existing stress points to relax. Zeta Talk. Thus, Europe and Africa move further east, allowing the Atlantic to rip apart during the slide northward. Zeta Talk. The immediate effect of the massive plate housing Europe, Russia, and the Near East to move is felt most strongly in India, as the Himalayas are driven over India at this point, effectively submerging this country in a wink. Zeta Talk. The effect of the Indo-Australia plate taking a dive under the Himalayas is to relieve tension along the African Rift, such that this tears promptly, but in shuddering steps with halting adjustments and pauses between shudders. In essence, the movement eastward of the African continent is a momentum creating this tear. Zeta Talk. During the tearing of the Atlantic Ocean floor and the dragging north of the North American continent, an already existing tear in the St. Lawrence Seaway tears further. Essentially, the weak link in this landmass held at so many points to the further side of the Atlantic Ocean. Canada moves north, while the rest of the Americas cling to the Atlantic Rift, while it separates. Zeta Talk. The movement of the massive plate housing Europe, Russia, and Asia to the east is also expected to rip this plate along the Himalayas, creating an inland bay into the Russian lands just to what is now north of the Himalayas. This follows in jerks and tears over the hour of the shift, along with the tearing of the African Rift. Zeta Talk. When the ocean off the bulge of Brazil has reached the position of the current North Pole, crust slippage stops, creating yet another drama. The major northern hemisphere plates stop, and whatever follows crashes into them. In the case of the Americas, this causes Central America and the Caribbean to crumble. Zeta Talk. In the case of Africa, already sliding eastward, the force is further movement eastward, as subduction of the Indo-Australia plate has already begun, the weaker link already established and momentum in process. Zeta Talk. The pileup is in what was the former northern hemisphere, and the compression of the Pacific is creating resistance as plates are subducted under the Americas, and then Japan explodes and Indonesia crumbles. This frees the plates south of the tips of South America and Africa of stress. As the Pacific adjusts reluctantly, pressure toward Antarctica, the one place on the globe not experiencing plate pressure, allows new land to pop up between the tips of South America and Africa. Zeta Talk. Until next time on the Zeta Report, this is Nancy Leader.